in this family was probably first on those lists for a lot of us.
Wow.
This is just remarkable. There are a number of species in this family. A lot of them are only known from single specimens collected with deep-sea trawling or dredges.
Hold on, Mama.
They're very fragile, very difficult to collect. Some of them are known just from, again, one or two specimens, only one or two localities. Some are seem to have worldwide distributions in the deep ocean. There has been a big debate about whether these are pelagic, living up in the water column, or whether they're associated with the bottom, living like this one is, near the bottom. So not only do you have the first sighting, but you've got some of the first evidence to not necessarily solve that debate, but make a strong argument that yes, the family is a bottom-living family.
And Bruce, if you already said this, I apologize. But is this an adult? Is this fully grown?
Yes, it's probably an adult. I haven't been watching to see where the lasers are, so I haven't.
Yeah, I think it's about 10. It's about 10. It was about 10 centimeters.
Yeah, maybe like 11 or 12.
Yeah, maybe 11 or 12 centimeters.
It's even tighter.
Yeah, so I think this would be an adult. I'll try to do some quick research and come up with some ideas of how large these things get. But this is a family that's considered pedomorphic, which means that it retains some larval characters, some characters from early development on into maturation and adulthood. Things that include small size, poor development of the bones, the translucent body. So there tend to be small fishes. They don't develop the darker pigment that we see in a lot of the cusk eels. And this pedomorphosis is a characteristic of a number of groups of deep-sea fish, including the mesopelagic thistlemouth, the cyclopony species. So this, boy, there are going to be a lot of people, I think, in the fish community that are going to be excited about this. And I wish I had a video clip to show at this conference I'm going to next week for the American Society of Ichthyologists. This is just a lot of fun to see.
Well, Bruce, there'll probably be a video clip.
Have a video for that conference, Bruce.
Yeah, you probably will have one. It'll probably be on the Ocean Explorer website, probably within a day. So it's likely that you will have that. So yeah, if I were an ichthyologist, Bruce, this would probably be at the top of my bucket list of what I would have liked to have seen on these dives too. That is way cool. In fact, it probably has now made the list of some of the weirdest and most unusual things I've ever seen diving too. Wow, very cool.
Yeah, and for a popular thing previously in the Hawaiian Islands, you had Casper the octopus.